Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the rather pleasant side effect of being consistent, or at least more consistent with your internet marketing. And over the last few weeks I've been practicing what I teach and being more consistent. I've sent a reasonably long email to my list, anything from 500 words to nearer 1,000, and I've turned it into a blog. Most of the time, although like this one often in arrears, I've also turned it into slides and a video. And all that takes less than an hour a day, so it doesn't fall into the superhuman category. But even in this short time, there's been an interesting side effect. Google is sending me slightly more traffic to my website, nothing earth-shattering. Internet marketing is probably too niche for that to happen, especially since I'm aiming at long-tail keywords rather than mass market ones, but it's certainly noticeable. Prior to doing this, any traffic at all from Google was a rare event. Bing, yeah, still once in a blue moon, but that's because Bing's update process reflects Microsoft's basically lack of enthusiasm for their own search engine. But from Google, now there's a trickle. And Google are tight-lipped about the search terms that are being used. They like to keep that as commercially confidential data. And maybe I could log on to Webmaster Tools and get a bit of information, but it's not something that worries me enough to investigate. And that comes back to priorities, because the time spent looking at stats could be better spent creating more content, so that's what I choose to do. I'd suggest you do the same. If you're not already creating regular new content for your website, even if it's not new content daily, and if you're not already keeping in touch with your list on a regular basis, I think it's worth you making a commitment to do that. Try it for the next 30 days. Why 30 days? Well, basically because it sounds doable most of the time. If you're keen, spend a bit of time making a full plan for your internet marketing, but quite honestly, the plan could be as simple as I'm going to spend an hour a day creating new content for my website, and then keeping to that schedule. There's a really big plus point to the keep it simple, keep it simple, stupid slogan. And here's the kind of plan I'd suggest you do. Set a timer on your phone if you want. That's just a bleep that goes off and says, yeah, you spent the hour. But chances are you'll get engrossed doing it. And if you can't do an hour in one go, split that up into 4 15-minute chunks, 6 10-minute chunks, whatever it happens to be. Then do some quick keyword research using a tool I've said like this. I'll show you on screen. It's a website called keywordtool.io, and what it does, you type in a keyword phrase. Okay, go for keyword, and it will come up to 750, as it says, Google suggestions, and you can see it comes up quite fast. So keyword planner, keyword research, keyword density, all sorts of different things, keyword outline, so lots and lots of different possible things, and some of them might be rubbish. They are a bit sort of all over the place because I've only used one thing. But if I changed it to keyword tool and did that, then again you can see that it comes up with different ones. So keyword tool, Google, YouTube, Dominator, and so on. So lots of different ways of doing it. Then what I'll do after that is copy and paste the chosen phrase into Google and use one of the results as the inspiration for the title. So I chose keyword tool alternative and then decided keyword research tool alternative because that was one of the ones that came up as the links, and then lots of different ways, 5 alternatives, 10 keyword tools, RIP the Google one, 4 free alternatives. So lots of different ways you could come up with ideas. And if the titles don't grab you, do a list instead. You saw that in those results. 10 different ways, 4 different ways, whatever. I'd go with odd numbers usually, just because we seem to be more attracted. Then log into WordPress for your site, put in the title and start typing. And go into brain dump mode. Type without editing or second guessing yourself. Come back and edit it later, but save the draft, and if this is one of your earlier attempts at this method, read through your post and amend it as necessary, but don't spend forever doing this, just enough time to spot any glaring errors. I mean, quite often when I do copy and paste them into slides like this, I'll spot a typo and things and I'll correct it. But until that time, I don't. Then hit the publish button. That's the scary. It's always the back of mind thinking, am I worthy or whatever. Yeah, you probably are. Then tweet about it and do any other social media bragging. If you've got a list, email to them to let them know you created new content. And if there's enough time today, copy and paste the new content into PowerPoint or something similar and publish it on a document sharing site. Then record the slides in a voiceover video like this one and publish it on YouTube. That looks like a lot, but only because I've broken it down into relatively small steps. The first few times you do this, chances are you won't get everything done in an hour, and I don't always manage either, if that's any consolation. But even if it only means you create a new piece of content and do all the other associated stuff every other day or every 3 days or whatever it is, that's probably still better than you're currently doing. And internet marketing's a business just like any other. Despite the sales letters, you can't do it once and then trek off to the beach to watch the money rolling in. That's almost never happens. You wouldn't set up a real world bricks and mortar business and then leave it unattended, and the same goes for your internet marketing. You know, if you set up a shop and then it's always closed, you're not going to get any business. It's exactly the same on the web. So do things consistently, and in a few months you'll have a website to be proud of with lots of content, a reasonable number of visitors, an associated YouTube and a SlideShare channel, probably some followers on Twitter and elsewhere. And do it right, you'll probably be making the occasional sale as well, which is always nice. And all that with a doable time commitment and the decision of it's going to happen this time. So go on, go for it, and if you'd like more help, click the link below this video and we'll get more help. Okay, thanks for watching, but go off and make sure you actually do something.